So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the Liz Truss holding different talks with Sinn Féin and the DUP. So originally the BBC article was that the headline was Liz Truss holds separate talks with the leaders of Sinn Féin and the DUP, but they changed it to Northern Ireland Protocol. Government must publish protocol timetable, which I don't know why they've done that, but I don't know why the BBC does a lot of things the BBC does. The microphone's slightly different today. I couldn't find my main mic for some reason, so I had to switch to a backup mic, so I hope that's okay. Apologies. So the UK government must set out a timetable for how and when changes will be made to the Northern Ireland Protocol, the DUP leader have said. Now, Liz Truss has set out a kind of timetable where the new target is now February instead of March, which is interesting. Stuff going everywhere today, sorry. The UK government, mentioned that. Donaldson was speaking with, after talks with Foreign Secretary Liz Truss on the Monday this article was written, or sort of after this article was written, I don't know anymore, time. Earlier, he indicated he had paused a threat to pull DUP ministers from Stormont Executive, which he was never going to do in the first place, in my opinion. Mary Lou MacDonald said she was assured the protocol would stay, so she's in charge of Sinn Féin. She's the Sinn Féin leader, who had separate talks with Liz Truss on Monday. So it's interesting that Liz Truss has done this, because we don't know what Liz Truss said to Jeffrey Donaldson. He could have said, look, we're going to get rid of the protocol, or hang tight, we're going to make some changes or whatever. And then she said to the Sinn Féin leader, no, everything's fine, the protocol is here to stay. Classic British divide and rule. Possibly. We don't know yet. But it does show you that if that is the case, maybe Liz Truss is a bit more savvy than people give her credit for, which is scary. If she's more savvy than people give her credit for. I'm not saying people think she's savvy, but you get what I'm saying. So instead, he told the Foreign Secretary, the UK's new negotiator, that the government, this is Donaldson speaking, that the government must guarantee there will be no checks on goods travelling from Great Britain that will stay in Northern Ireland. Oh, sorry, no, this is what Liz Truss said to Sefcovic. But because the UK aren't giving the EU the data on, goods travelling into the Republic, into Ireland, and also into Northern Ireland, it's impossible for the EU to know what's going on here. So, the point being is that we can't actually achieve this. And there were some tweets out from the great one, Tony Connolly, where he kind of stated that the EU were very patient in their explanations of why the EU could not adhere to some of the changes that were requested. The DUP leader said he urged the government to set out how it will deliver on proposed protocol changes outlined in the command paper last year, which, to be fair to Liz Truss, she didn't actually publish that command paper, so she can back away from it without the same problems that Frost would have faced. He added, the protocol had weakened Northern Ireland's governing arrangements. No, what's weakened Northern Ireland's governing arrangements is you, Donny. Come on now. Balance can only be restored when Northern Ireland's place within the UK internal market is restored. That's not going to happen. And the damaging protocol consequences are reversed, he said. Well, that's not going to happen either. I mean, Northern Ireland's doing okay. Businesses aren't actually suffering that badly because of the Northern Ireland Protocol. They're suffering more, really, with the lack of staff because of the end of freedom of movement. The protocol is here to stay. Foreign Secretary said on Sunday that she was prepared to trigger Article 16 to suspend the agreement if necessary. This was before the talks with Sefcovic, because this article was written on the 10th. But, she's still... It definitely feels like she's playing the two against each other, in a way. Speaking after her meeting with Ms Truss on Monday, Sinn Féin leader Mary Lou MacDonald said she had been assured that the protocol was here to stay. So what the hell did she tell Donaldson? Because Donaldson is continuing to say, I pulled back my threats, etc. So that does raise the question, what did she actually say to the leader of Sinn Féin in Northern Ireland? She added that the stakes were high in the negotiations and the DUP strategy can't hold back progress, which they have been doing a lot of. Foolish Crusade. SDLP leader Colin Eastwood described Donaldson's strategy over the protocol as a foolish crusade, which is creating uncertainty and chaos, because it is. Because he keeps threatening, you trigger Article 16. How many businesses in Northern Ireland actually want to see the end of the TCA? Because all that means is goods going to Northern Ireland will face tariffs, and if they stay in Northern Ireland, you will get the tariff back. But that causes, endless amounts of paperwork and other things that you would need. So businesses in Northern Ireland don't really care for the end of the Northern Ireland Protocol, by the looks of it. And we'll talk about that as a separate article for a separate day. Parties that are serious about governing should be seeking to work together to improve the lives of people in our committees, the Foyle MP continued. Instead, we have establishment parties in a toxic race to see who can bring the government down first to meet their own selfish needs. Establishment parties. That's interesting because only the DUP are really doing this. People are sick of it. Alliance leader Naomi Long said the DUP's actions were beyond embarrassing at this stage because they keep threatening things they can't deliver. Could we all just now focus on ensuring devolution delivers for those who elected us during the last few weeks of this mandate? Which is a great point, that you weren't elected to saber rattle and cause endless problems. You were there, elected to resolve the problems within Northern Ireland. What is the Northern Ireland Protocol? So this is like stuff that's irrelevant. So you can see here there's definitely something going on here. I don't know specifically what Liz Truss was doing by holding separate meetings with them, but it's fairly clear that she might have gone on a divide and rule strategy in order to placate kind of both groups, because Sinn Féin will most likely have the largest party within the Stormont. Not the Stormont, I sound 80. And what happens to the DUP then? But she's got to wait out until May, because elections aren't going to be until May. So she has to placate the DUP and also the incoming Sinn Féin party, but has to do it in such a way where kind of the DUP don't kick up a fuss about it, which they no doubt will do. But anyways, look, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.